Perhaps you've seen it, maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish, time after time. For that is your fate, the fate of the cursed.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. This is my Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin Let's Play, so I hope you enjoy. Before I go into detail what exactly is going on the screen right now, I'm going to let us play through the first cutscene, get all that sorted, create our character, and then I'll start getting more in depth on what we're going to be doing. So straight off the bat, we're going to be searching around and hopefully find some good items. Now my plan is for this series is to try and get all the items in the game, or at least the ones we can actually obtain. And this does not include New Game Plus unless you guys want a New Game Plus playthrough. But we'll see how this one goes first. We're going to cross the bridge, and if I remember right, there is a item down by the waterfall. So we've just picked up a small and silky stone, which is something we can trade very early on and hopefully get something good. So we're going to go up to this door, enter there, and I'll let the cutscene play out.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
Okay, then now we get to select our name. And I think I'm going to go with what I usually go with, which is Hawk. I don't know, I just like it. Unfortunately with a controller it's a bit of a pain.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Okay, so now we get to design our character. We are going to look through what roles there is possibly. Because I was debating at this point what to actually play as. I usually play as a cleric. But some of them do seem pretty interesting. Clerics are quite hard to start with, that's for sure. You know, you don't get much miracles early on. But the added heals do help. But in the end, we pick the knight, which is all round quite strong. And for the gift, we are going to pick the petrified something, because like the small silky stone, we can trade that very early on. Now we're going to upgrade our physique and start selecting our homeland, hairstyle, hair colour, eyebrow, blah blah blah. But, you know, we want a decent looking character, don't we? We don't want some big blob. Like on Dark Souls 1, the character customization on that one was horrible. But yeah, it just takes a few bits to set up. But we're not going to get too in depth, especially on the advanced settings. We're not going to be fiddling with that. So eye colour, you know, if you're a phantom, blue or green tend to really stand out. and then just set up the beard. And I was looking at the tattoos because I thought there was going to be better options. Unfortunately, not the case. It just looks stupid, especially when you actually get in-game. So I scrapped that idea. We should be finishing now, so I'll let the cutscene play it and I'll see you after that.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse. You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance. Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Oh yeah, they are a pleasant group, that's for sure. So once we load in, we're going to just talk to them, make sure we get all the dialogue out of the way.
You must go on a journey without rest. Well, I suppose if you find yourself at an impasse. But if your will is yet unbroken, then you may return here to start again. With a clean slate. Now, go along, go along. Now, go along.
But as I said, a very charming group. We got these two, which have the manic laugh. They've gone insane, obviously.
This is a limbo. A link between Drangleic and the outer world. Fair traveller, I know that you must have a story. Why else would you visit such a place? This lost, decayed kingdom. My name is Millibeth. The old women were once firekeepers. I am here to look after them. It is what my mother did, and her mother before her, and so on. The old women were keepers of the fire, but now the fire shows signs of fading, and the kingdom is beset by hollows. The old women are sisters. I am told there was a fourth. Long ago, firekeepers were commonplace, but now they are lost, scattered to the winds. The old women is long ago, fire, but now they...
Okay, so we've exhausted the dialogue. We're going to go straight upstairs, search a chest, and then move onwards. So now that we've got that out of the way, I can sort of explain to you what's going on the screen. So as you can see on the right side, we've got the items. Now the green means that you can get them as soon as you enter the area, you just have to find them. Orange is late game. Now it don't necessarily mean you have to go back at the end of the game to collect them, it just means you'll need an object such as a key or for example the fragrant branch of yore. Sorry, I was just trying to think of it then. That you need to use to unstone people. And the last one, which is the purple / blue, is New Game Plus items. I thought I'd add that in as a little bit of addition. Now, I've gone straight for the giant this one. My best advice is don't get cocky. You bait him along, wait for your opening and get behind him. If you can get behind him, you got him there. But you want to get him in the centre of the area, because the more he tries to sit on you, the more he gets closer to the wall, and the more chance you, well, less chance you've got of actually getting behind him. But yeah, stick to low combos and you'll be fine. As I said, that's what happens. He starts to back himself up into a wall and you can't get behind him to finish him. but it seems like we're doing quite well this time. We're just waiting for openings. Keep your combos slow, back away, because at this stage of the game, he will destroy you if he gets a connection. So we got the stone ring, which is to reduce enemy poise, and we're going to take advantage of getting that very early on, because the less poise, the easier it is to stun them, and less chance we've got of getting hit. And we get some pine resin as well. A lot of people tend to walk past that, I've noticed. But yeah, as I was saying, this playthrough is going to be trying to get all items. And you'll have a page 1 of something. That's just going to tell you how many items are in the area, like how many pages, and I'll remove any items off the list if we have to return to an area, so you'll see just the updated list. So another trick is, which you won't be able to do straight off, but if you light all the torches, a red phantom does actually appear. Now, as for the item list, this is loot pickups only, such as chests and what you find on pre-set up places. So if it's a dead body on the floor, not something you kill, but something you actually pick it up off of, then it's going to be on the list. I'm not going to put drops in, because it's too much. There's too much what we can drop, and it's just going to fill up too much time. Editing these videos is not easy at all. So we're just going to take the side routes, you know, try and collect what we can, try and give us the best start possible. Now, I'm experienced at this, so I really can't say, you know, do this and it'll work for you. The thing with Dark Souls is, when you start it, you are going to struggle. You have to learn the movesets, enemy placements. But honestly, if you stick to it, you will get better. You really will. A lot of people tend to go for mages, and they expect to be able to get through straight away, you know, not learn the mechanics, don't. You want a sword and shield first. If you want to invest in magic then yes, but sword and shield is a must-have for starters. It really is. So these guys, pretty predictable. Not too much effort to dispatch, which is good. It really is. And it just sort of introduces you to the combat, and it does seem easy at first, it does, but then it just sort of peaks up straight away. Now, I was telling you about the items we could trade fairly on, and he's actually right here in the nest. So I accidentally skipped that last bit of dialogue, but that don't matter. So we drop the petrified something, and we drop the small and smooth silky stone. Unlike Dark Souls 1, you can pick them up right away. So we got a petrified dragon bone and soul of a lost undead. Added soul, better for us. There's only so much you can do at the start, there really is. But it's a good start to getting them souls up, just so you can get that solid start, the foundations of progressing. Now, I'm not going to be cutting these clips, it's going to be a pure let's play. I'm going to have very short videos, but I'm not going to filter anything unless something goes wrong, which I do remember on one of my future videos it actually does go a bit, because I started having the save issue. You know, it would keep coming up with save error, and then it would quit me out of the game. So I had to start that. And now that I've fixed it, there is a little tiny gap, but not much. So yeah, just watch out for that jump there. It is meh. Not fun. Drop seems to be one of the #1 deaths, I think, on this game. Now, if you're playing first time, please read the tombstones. You can see them as we're going through. They're like white stones. They will tell you, you know, the controls, ease you into it. I am glad we're playing on PC though, because it gives me much more freedom in editing, and it's made me be able to create the menu I've got on the side, which is something new. I thought I'd do something different, you know, rather than just a playthrough saying here's an item here, here's an item here. Just have it all up on the side and you can see as I pick it up. So we skipped that last path, but that's because there's a statue there, we can't get in there. So we can go straight into Majula and start checking that. And you'll see the first transition from one zone to the next. I did come back, so I lit all the torches, or at least I thought I did. But I remember there is some behind the statue, so that's why. If any of you are getting paranoid about the amount of bloodstains here, honestly, it's more people suiciding with dung pies, or they've been killed by the Red Invader when you light all the torches. Sorry, sort of trail off then, I'll sound out. So there, you can see the transition now. We've got 1 out of 2 pages, and we got items, so we get our Divine Blessing, you know, right up on the list. Now there's a drop just around here which contains a Morning Star, Cleric Chime and the Binoculars. Binoculars are good if you're trying to aim your spells long range. Unfortunately I won't be able to show you that because I'm not going to be using spells. So we have this nice wide open area, the central hub to where we start our game. And to be honest, it is well designed, I do like it. So as you can see, we've got our orange list just popping up there, just about touching into the frame. They are stuff you get when you come back after you got the key for the blacksmith. And then when we come back, whenever we come back and there's items we can collect, the items we can collect then are green, and all the previous items we've collected are gone. Now if you're feeling brave, you have the Covenant, which is the champions. That basically puts the game in New Game Plus. So if you want that extra challenge and a little bit of loot, you get all stones, and if you trade them with the stone you get some... I'm not sure what you get, to be honest, but I know you get a ring what increases your fist damage. We can hit this well here and we will get the Estus Flash Shard, which is why I haven't talked to anyone yet. I want to collect all the loot because now we can go straight to the woman, the Firekeeper or the Emerald Herald, and we can speak to her and instantly trade in that Estus Flash Shard without having to backtrack forward and backwards. I'm trying to limit the time of each video.
Hello there.
So now that you get a general gist, I can start talking about where items are, so on.
I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
Okay, so I usually buy a shield straight off, but this time I decided, you know, add an helmet. Not exactly stylish, but that little bit of extra defense does help.
I came from the west.
And we can get a shield in a minute.
Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really. A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash. Oh, by the gods, why the hell am I here? Oh, thanks very much. much.
I'll read that now,
Do
bud.
please come again.
We'll probably visit him at a later date. So we're just having a little wander around, seeing who we can talk to.
Oh, undead,
You know,
are we?
some weird ass cat here.
And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a
Harsh.
cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalpa. Enchantée. So, what did you
Enchanté
want
to you
anyway?
too, madame.
Ooh, you smell wonderful.
She is definitely a weird cat, definitely.
This place is already
So we're
dead.
just having a little
Everything
browse
will
then.
crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful? This place is fascinating. We receive only the most peculiar visitors. Folk like yourself. It's enough to keep even a cat amused. Are you going to see the old ones? Those four who have grown so incredibly ancient. They must have sprouted quite a thick coat of moss by now. For heaven's sake, no one even knows their names anymore. Imagine that. Yes, nothing like yourself, for you have a most pleasant scent. It grows nicer with each passing day. Have you made friends with the man by the sea?
Damn, that bitch is
He's
creepy.
lost everything. Absolutely everything. The only thing he's good for now is a few tidbits on covenants. Covenants are a type of, well, contract, you might say. You give something to gain something. That's the way humans like it, right? It might be just the thing you need. But what does a cat know? Did you see that oddly formed rock behind here? Long ago they called it Victor's Stone, as I recall. If you wish to face greater challenges, speak to the rock. Although, you'd just as well not. This place is already dead. Everything will crumble. Isn't... Nothing suited you, Well, that's dismaying.
So, there we go. This is a slow burn series. I'm not doing any challenges. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I just want to give you information in its simplest
No,
form.
it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door. I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop.
So, yeah, as I was saying earlier, we get the key and we can get a few items from there. So, that would be in the orange section.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drang Lake these days, there are very few places like that. I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have. Do you
There's no
try
chance of
out
giving up,
for
is there, guys?
The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace.
What we're going to do is we are going to join these because they give us a ring, and that ring gives us more HP.
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace. Do you feel lonely here? It suits me just fine, as I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it some time. Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the forest of the giants. There was once a great fort, but little of it remains. You may just find something there that will be of use on your journey, but don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back. Hade's Tower of Flame lies beyond the far gate. In the cathedral, the Apostles of Blue gather, but the road leading there is perilous. The gate is rigged with some contraption, but how it works, I just don't know. Have you seen that pit, that gaping hole in the earth? I don't know what it's like down below, but I wouldn't suggest trying to find out. Besides, you'll never make it down there, not without a ladder of some sort. The flame you see there is a bonfire. They exist all across the land, beacons to we undead. If you are tired, try resting beside the flame. The flame heals us. Long ago, a woman called a firekeeper watched over each bonfire. She kept the flame lit and guarded it from those who would extinguish it. I wonder where the firekeepers went. Did you notice any letters on the ground on the way here? These are messages that have jumped the fissures between worlds. In Dram Lake, the flow of time is convoluted. Things shift and waver, twist and turn. Poignant wishes, dashed dreams, the messages convey our very inner thoughts. If your will to soldier on falters, try leaving a message. Somebody out there is sure to listen. You may notice symbols that appear upon the ground. These are summon signatures. They call upon spirits from other worlds through the schisms in time. If you fear hollows, find summon signatures to call upon spirits there'll be. Do you see the way beyond the bond that you met but don't? May you find peace.
Okay, he's repeating himself now. I really am sorry there's not much action in the way of combat on this one, but like I said, I don't want to edit anything out. I don't want to think people thinking that I've done it slyly, you know, I'm cutting out deaths and so on. What you see is what you get. So it's not always going to be pretty. There's going to be deaths, and that's the whole part of the game. Don't let it put you out of wanting to play, because it is the learning curve.
Or merely a pawn of fate. Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey. Go on and see the king.
So we got our first Estus shard.
What it once was.
Well, first Estus flask.
He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery.
You may level up.
For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable.
But don't sugarcoat.
Before endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Is that a shard you found? Here, let me see it, so that I may help you to see light.
So that shard we found in the well, we can hand to her straight away. And we get access to leveling up as well, on top of that. If you're new to the game, if you speak to these, it sort of hints where you should start, so Forest of Fallen Giants is where it's telling us to go.
Where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it, those who come to Dranglake seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future. That tiny thing inside the walls.
No.
An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom. Provided you find her on a good day. The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope. Even when you have precious little time. For when the undead dies, it is never truly dead, but only one step closer to hollowing. Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead. If you find an Estus shard, bring it to me, so that I may ease your burden. Over the hill and past where a man, but whatever.
So there we go, we're on repeat dialogue, so we can move on. We're going to search to see if there's any more items, which there actually is. And on the second video I'm going to post, there is actually one I missed, but I'll cover that in the next video. Like I said, I technically keep everything as clumped together as I can, so unless the screen tells me I'm in another area, it's still classed the same area to me. So we're going to go up here and we're going to meet Big Blue Sword Guy, which is what I like to call him. And like I said, I'm not doing challenges on this video. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm showing you how to start. You're not going to be running through slaughtering everything. You're not. Not if you're playing first time. You're going to die, accept that, and move forward. Learn the enemies, get good. Because I've died a lot, even experienced.
god-awful statue. Heavens above. Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oof, I'm in quite the pickle now. See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen round these parts. Hey, you don't think a real live person was turned to stone, do you? See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it
I
starts
must
to look
say
alive.
one thing though.
It just doesn't seem quite. Hey,
The graphics on the PC version are brilliant. A lot better than the console. It just looks a lot smoother, and I think it's going to help towards the videos. Now, this is my first Let's Play series, so I am a bit nervous. I might chatter on and on and on, but I think the more I do it, the more confident I get. And honestly, if there's any advice or something you don't like and you'd like me to change, then leave a comment. I'd happily take constructive criticism, as long as it's just not being horrible for being horrible's sake. If it's constructive, I'm happy for you to speak up. And it's gotta be done, hasn't it? You know, you can't keep going without knowing what's wrong. But if you do enjoy the series, I'm not going to stand there and beg for subscriptions. I'm not going to stand there and beg you to like the video. Only do it if you feel like it. If you think it's good enough for your time, then you do it. And I will appreciate every bit. I'm not confident at this, but I do enjoy my games, and it's something I enjoy and want to share with others. Don't get disheartened with hard games. If you struggle, everyone struggles at the start, they really do. And like I said, experienced as I am with this game, I've probably played this a ton of times, but every time I come back to it, and I usually come back to it on like a yearly basis, I sort of get that craving to replay. And even then I die a lot. Some I just can't get the moveset, some I roll out the way and I still seem to get hit. It's all trial and error. And you can be just as good as any pro if you put the effort in, sorry. So we got our first shield there. Not great, it isn't, but it's something. You don't have to spend souls on it. And this is what I was explaining to you earlier. This is technically classed as the cathedral. No, not cathedral. I don't even know the area now. Hades Tower. Sorry, yeah, it's technically Hades Tower. But because it didn't come up with the indication, I don't consider it to be there. As soon as it tells me to change, that's when. So we're coming to the end of our search now, and I hope to see you on the next video. But I really hope you enjoy, and like I said, I do apologise there isn't much action on this one. It's just, you know, I don't want to cut anything out. I don't want to make myself look better than I am. I just want to be completely upfront, honest. If I die, I die. You're going to see it. I'll probably be screaming, no, but it's I don't want to make myself look good and then you be disheartened. You're gonna see me die, and that's what's gonna happen. But anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. You all take care. Bye bye.